into the death of a youth in Kandy. Gas queues seen across the country. SJB inquires into the progress of investigations. Reports of banks forcibly converting forex balances false, says CBSL governor.
In your top story this afternoon, the government analyst today conducted an investigation into the death of a 24-year-old youth who died after a gas tube of an AC unit exploded at a hotel located down Devani Rajasingha Mavata in Gatambe, Kandy.
The 24-year-old technician who visited the hotel premises to repair the AC unit died after the unit exploded at around 1:45 p.m. yesterday. The victim was a resident of Ukuvala, Matale. The Kandy police are currently conducting an investigation into the incident. People have to wait in long lines to obtain gas in several places in the country. After a few months, a lorry carrying laugh gas arrived at the Madhya area in Mathura today. Newsfirst correspondent said people were able to get gas cylinders only after obtaining tokens. Meanwhile, those who gathered at the Litro Gas Distribution Centre in Mathura this morning had to return home empty-handed.
A group of Samaki Janabalawegya MPs arrived at the Criminal Investigations Department today.
The group arrived at the CID to look into the progress made on the complaint filed by them on the gas-related explosions in the country.
It has been a month since a complaint was filed. However, we have understood that there has not been any progress. What they are saying, it has been forwarded to the Attorney General to obtain guidance. However, the guidance has not been received yet. What we can see is that they have summoned Litro Gas to the CID. However, they have not arrived yet. The Litro Gas company is under the Ministry of Finance. According to police, 7 deaths have been reported. There has been property loss too. Businesses have also experienced losses. People have been injured due to accidents, and still these are taking place. There is a political conspiracy behind this, because even after summoning the officials of the Litro Gas to the CID, they have not arrived yet.
The farmers who ideally should be engaged in cultivation during the season were made to take to the streets due to the lack of fertilizer.
The farmers in Pathadumbara, after a disappointing Maha season, are feared of the same to repeat during the Yellow season as well. Even now, they do not have access to fertilizer, no pesticides. The farmers say that the use of the government-provided liquid fertilizer is no use in reaping a harvest. The farmers do not have a harvest during this season due to the officials who do not have knowledge on pesticides and fertilizer are appointed to look into this. They do not have a way of redeeming the pawn jewelries either. The farmers who cultivated during the Maha season in Jayantipura and Thambalavavu in Polonnaruwa are now helpless. They say the crops have turned yellow due to the lack of fertilizer. This is the situation in 300 acres of cultivation lands. The farmers are requesting for a reasonable compensation as they have not been able to reap a harvest after using the fertilizer provided by the government.
The nurses, paramedics and medical professionals in the southern province have launched a 24-hour token strike today, citing several demands, including the anomalies with regard to promotions.
The 24-hour token strike is being carried out from 7 a.m. today. Over 13,000 nurses have been denied promotion due to the failure of the respective authorities to remove the anomalies with regard to promotions in the health sector. Accordingly, the token strike has been launched, citing several such issues. The medical staff at the Karapite Teaching Hospital, Mathura and Hambantota General Hospitals, institutions that come under the purview of the line ministries, 9 base hospitals in the southern province, all regional hospitals and 47 MOH officers have joined the token strike. Our correspondent said the essential and emergency services continued uninterrupted despite the token strike.
The protest staged by the farmers in Valsapugala continues for the 16th day today.
The farmers of the area, including the Valava Left Bank United Farmers Organization, launched the Satyagraha on the 21st. They requested the authorities to ensure that the gazetted Hambantota Wild Elephant Management Reserve is activated to protect wildlife, their lives and property. Representatives of 86 farmers organizations, including the Left Bank United Farmers Organization, are currently at the Satyagraha staged near the entrance of the Hambantota International Port.
We will not be fooled by the false promises of politicians like last time. We will only stop this time after we win the battle. Go to our paddy fields and see. Elephants have destroyed everything.
Meanwhile, the Satyagraha launched by the mayor of Hambantota, including the employees of the Hambantota salt factory on the 28th, demanding the removal of the chairman of the Hambantota salt factory, is still ongoing.
We want him removed. This was not done yet. We were given 2 or 3 bonus payments. We are not saying they are good. We produced more salt. It's from the year 2021 that this profit is there.
The environmental organization to protect Muthurajavala wetland, or Surakhimu Muthurajavala, says a section of the ecological zone of the Muthurajavala wetland is being filled without any legal approval.
Recently, we reported that an illegal filling is underway at the Muthurajavala wetland in the Dalathura Grama division of the Wattala Divisional Secretariat. The Central Environmental Authority says no permission has been granted for any such filling. The Wattala Divisional Secretariat has informed us that they did not grant permission. Moreover, the Department of Agrarian Development has also informed us that permission was not granted to fill this section of the sanctuary. However, against this backdrop, a section of Muthurajavala is being filled. We strongly believe that such acts are being carried out with political influence. These acts must stop, or else we will lose Muthurajavala wetland. Especially under the urban development projects number 2 of 1980, a total of 5,839 hectares, including 1,285 hectares in the Muthurajavala sanctuary, was taken over by the Urban Development Authority. What is the reason for such a takeover to the Urban Development Authority? The Nigambu Lagoon also comes under this 5,839 hectares. We ask the leaders of this government who issued these gazettes as what deal does the Urban Development Authority has with the Nigambu Lagoon.
The Trincomalee harbour, located in the Sea of Sri Lanka, is a large natural harbour, and its oil tank complex has drawn worldwide attention simply because it's strategically located for the supply of fuel to the eastern part of the world. However, what is the fate of the oil tank farm?
Based on the information I have, Basil Rajapaksa will leave to India. What did he ask when he went there last time? India has told they will give dollars in exchange of the oil tanks. If we lose the oil tanks, we will lose the Trincomalee harbour as well. We asked dollars from China because we provided 13 acres of land in the Colombo port to a Chinese company to maintain logistics services. When we asked loans from United States, they asked for the power plants. What will be left for us?
I'm openly
saying that Basil Rajapaksa bankrupt the country after visiting India. To obtain dollars, he has agreed to hand over the oil tanks in Trincomalee and acres of lands in Trincomalee. This is what Minister Udaya Gammanpilla says as a historic victory. This is a historic betrayal.
Moving on to news from the political arena, following are the views expressed regarding Susil Premajayantha being removed from his ministerial portfolio.
How can this story be in line with the concept of one country, one law? One minister is being treated in one way, while another minister is being treated differently. Now, 3 ministers within the cabinet of ministers have gone to the court against the cabinet. The collective responsibility of the cabinet of ministers has been violated. No steps were taken against those ministers. But Susil Premajayantha, who went to the market and criticized the government, stating the prices of goods had gone up, has been removed. What is the president's democracy? democracy.
මොකක්ද ඒතකොට ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාද?
ඕනෑම තැනක විනයක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ආයතනයක තියෙන්න.
There has to be discipline in any place, and it is very clear that this is the situation that occurs when there is no discipline. Before one points the finger at the others and before stating that someone else had failed, one must focus on whether or not they have passed as an individual. Therefore, in my opinion, certain decisions made by the president are very positive.
ඉතාමත්ම සුබවාදී තීන්දුව හැටියට තමයි ගන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ.
Members of the opposition spoke about the proposed relief package introduced by the Ministry of Finance.
We know it has only been a short period since the budget was presented. The entire budget has been just demolished. What has happened now is after debating for several days about the budget presented by the finance minister was disregarded by himself. Where will they find funds for this? Are they trying to print money from the machine in Biyagama?
මෙයා අර බියගම තියෙන සල්ලි අච්චු ගහන මැෂින් එක පොලිෂ් කරලා තව වේගෙන් මුදල් අච්චු ගහන්න ඕන.
මේ එකපාරම ලයිලයියේ බැසිල්ලාද
How is Basil Rajapaksa gathering funds to increase the salaries of the pensioners and the army officials? Just think how it happens. We know Basil Rajapaksa and the governor of the central bank are good at printing money. The people do not have to face the current situation if the finance minister and the central bank governor are thinking that the inflation of the country can be resolved by printing and increasing the salaries of the people.
තාවකාලික චූන් එකක් දෙන්න හදනවා රටේ ජනතාවට මුදල් දීලා නෑලට මුදල් අච්චු ගහන්න පුළුවන් ඕනි තරම්.
In more headline making news, the governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka says that rumours of Lankan banks being ordered by the CBSL to forcibly convert balances in their customers' forex accounts are totally false. In more local news, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa provided financial assistance to the families of those who died in a ferry accident on the Kuringankarni Lagoon in Kenya.
Sajith Premadasa emphasized that futuristic plans are needed to rebuild a country. Now after this damage, they all are speaking big about constructing this bridge. Now I went and had a look at how this bridge is being constructed. You can see from your own eyes. In Parliament, they utter big lies. These lies have become a style now. Is it only when these unfortunate incidents happen that the Parliament focuses its attention? Does it cause such catastrophe? That is where the country goes wrong. The governments of this country don't have systematic planning, no futuristic plans. When making futuristic plans, we can identify such minute, sensitive points which need attention in order to protect lives of the people. We need to prevent it before it happens. You need a long-term vision. You need knowledge to do so. I strongly believe we have the capability and we have that strength.
Another 18 COVID-19 related deaths were reported yesterday. Accordingly, the total death toll increased to 15,055. The Ministry of Health says that there has been a sharp increase in the number of patients during yesterday.
Although there has been no large increase in the number of serious patients so far, the number of cases that reduced to 300 has risen once again to 600 yesterday. This can be natural fluctuation, but we don't know. Considering this as an increase in the number of cases, we need to at all times keep in mind the health guidelines. That is the only way we can combat this wave. So we request once again to follow the health guidelines and administer the vaccine if you haven't been vaccinated yet.
In more headline-making news, the crocodile suspected to be the one that attacked a driver in Dehiwala recently was spotted in a canal in Welawata this morning.
Thereafter, the wildlife officers, with the assistance of several others, launched an operation to immediately locate the crocodile. According to local fishermen, the 14-feet-long crocodile is reported to be roaming in the area. On the 3rd of January, the crocodile attacked a diver in the seas of the Hivala and he later succumbed in hospital.
The Wise Woman National Program was launched at the BMICH in Colombo yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
The event was launched with the intention of empowering women to the full potential and get their contribution to the economy. Professor Neelika Malavike, Dr. Asha Dibose, Kasturi Wilson, Nipuni Karunaratna, Melanie Vagaarachi, Pavitra Gunaratna, Rangana Veeravarthana, Ayanti Gunasekara, Nelka Shiromala and Tilanka Abewardhana were awarded as outstanding women by the head of state during the event yesterday. Ministers, ambassadors and state sector officials were also in attendance.
And that's a wrap of lunchtime news here on TV1. Thank you for joining us. You can always visit our website www.newsfirst.lk for all these stories and much more. For the News First team, I'm Naveksha Gunasekara along with our producer Martin Satyanesan. Thank you for joining. Have yourself a great day ahead.